Coming up tonight on Bus News.
There have been a plethora of proposed service changes for Stagecoach Fife services.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Me, Mortimer here. So this is a Monday upload again, so sorry not sorely, Charles. But yes, there are some proposed service changes in Fife from Stagecoach, with which I am rather excited about. Some I'm a bit mixed on, others I'm quite excited about. So let's just get into it. Before we start, though, I am going to be splitting these into categories of Dunfermline, Kirkcaldy, Glenrothes, St Andrews, and I am going to be putting timestamps for all of these. So if you really want to see the Glenrothes changes but couldn't give two damns about Kirkcaldy, then go ahead. Now, one thing I need to emphasize is that these are not confirmed. These are proposals that you can actually vote on, and I will have the link to the voting, sort of, like, the thread thing in the description. It's just a little form you can sign, list your opinions, where you live, etc. And, Stagecoach are going to build off of this and see how they can change, their network. Okay, without hesitation, let's just get into it right now. Okay, so first off, we got the Dunfermline changes, starting with the Service 1. This is listed as a change, but the only thing I can really tell that's changing is departure times being moved forward by 5 minutes. Okay, so I didn't read the entire new timetable and didn't see that the 2 is essentially being renumbered to the 1A. Next, the 2 and 2A, these are essentially going to replace the 3 and the 5, running combined every 15 minutes, Monday through Saturday, which is exciting. The 2 is going to be running clockwise, and the 2A is going to be running counterclockwise. I honestly think this is a pretty decent change. I always found the way that the 3 and 5 timetables work to be rather, should we say, confusing. I get that it's not the most complicated thing in the world, but it still baffled me for a good few months there, so. So now we have a different 3, which should go from Dunfermline bus station, not James Street, the bus station, to Town Hill via the 2 route. Interesting. I think it could be extended to make it a bit more of a tactile route, because quite frankly, 10 minutes either way, it's a bit strange. And also, why the hell is it 1 minute terminating time at one end and 9 at the other? Either make it 5 and 5, or don't have any time terminating at Town Hill and give it 10 minutes at Dunfermline. It just feels a bit more balanced that way. Next, the 4B would be extended from Dunfermline bus station to Fife Leisure Park and Learning Campus, via the 84A route. Why? I don't get why the 2 routes need to be combined. 84A works fine as its own route, so does the 4B. Combining them doesn't really make sense in my opinion. Next, there's a whole new 5 proposal, which have nothing to do with the original 5. However, I think I prepare vastly. It'd go Ferry Toll Park and Ride to Fife Leisure Park via the X52 route. However, it would run hourly during the daytime instead. I find this quite an interesting proposal, and if anything, I think it's a really good idea. And I'm quite fond of the X52 route as a whole in Dunfermline is not the most interesting, but it is pretty solid. So having that as like a local link between those sort of local bits of Dunfermline to the main interchange for buses into Edinburgh, I think would work really well.
I give up on the pitbull bit.
Now, this next proposal confuses me a little. The 70 would be shortened from Kelty Main Street. So pretty much all of Kelty Hill and Kelty Burn wouldn't be served. On top of that, Carling Nose Point and North Queensferry wouldn't be served either, which is never the most well-used segment, so I don't give a damn. But then, we get into the bit in Kelty again. Does this mean it's going to terminate on the loop in Kelty Burn, or is it just going to terminate on the main street and then go up to the turning circle out of service and then do a U-turn? Or is it just gonna omit Kelty Hill entirely? I really don't know. If someone knows better in the comments, please let me know. Okay, so we know the number of the route now. We know it's going to be the X22. I really don't care about the 8 and 8A change, aside from the fact that we have more mention of the X22, baby. So we have a set number for it now. We know the vague route. We know that it's all just going to come under the West Fife zone. Hell yeah. And yeah, we know that it is definitely coming on the 29th of July, so. Another thing to note is that the 8 is now going down from half-hourly to hourly, but going to be combining with the 8A, so instead of making a service every 15 to 30 minutes, it'll now just be a set service every 30 minutes, which I think is a hell of a lot less confusing. So, yeah. And the departure times have been changed slightly. Next, the 19 is having some journeys rerouted via the Jullock Park Amazon headquarters to replace the AZ1, which will be withdrawn. Rest in peace. And lastly, the 747 will have an extra return journey from Dunfermline Depot to the Edinburgh Airport. Honestly, 4 a.m. is one of the busiest times for the airport. It's why the Airlink 100 goes up to every 8 minutes, and the Brightbus Airport Express up to every 10 minutes. So, no wonder they'd introduce an extra journey. Cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind too much if the 14 got moved to bay travel. Moffat and Williamson would also be cool, as I've never been on a M&W bus. But, yeah, honestly, there isn't really much to discuss here. Okay, why would you move the 33 from Hill of Beath? I mean, the 19, sure, it's every 15 minutes. But the thought of making it, which is already a pain in the ass for capacity, the only bus through Hill of Beath, which is a fairly large estate, the 33 isn't that busy, and it means that the Hill of Beath residents still get a local bus that isn't absolutely jam-packed like the 15. So, yeah, I don't get why you'd want to move the 33 from Hill of Beath. Yet again, I don't give a damn. I've never seen use for the 30 and 40, like, I don't think anyone would care that much if they got withdrawn. 38 is another one of these buses like that, but at least the 38 is actually a good link and well used. Okay, interesting new link for the 32. I always thought it could maybe be extended to be a bit more local in Glenrothes, so I think this is alright. Honestly, out of all the places in Fife that I think Perth probably needs a better bus link to, and one that it doesn't need such a good bus link to, I think Perth to Glenrothes feels a lot more like a weird idea than Perth to St Andrews. Cool. Cool. First, as mentioned, we got the 65, which is basically the same as the 36 between Perth and Newborough, but then via the M&W 94 route through to St Andrews. Again, what's the point in running a bus service if it isn't well used? Don't entirely care about retimings for journeys, but this is cool, I guess. Well, that's all the changes. At least the proposed changes. As for the quality of them, I think it's an awful lot better than the ones from the proposed Perth changes back in March or February. As for my opinions, there is a little form at the bottom of the website, which, by the way, linked in the description. And I submitted the following, as you can see here. I submitted that into my bit of the form. But anyways, I have got to get to editing this now. But anyways, until next time, I shall see you later. Adios!